We were all in law school in the 1970s, and the 1970s was a time of idealism and commitment to social justice. We saw that law was incredibly powerful in enforcing change at a systemic level, and we wanted to use those skills as a means of positive change and empowerment for children.
I think a lot of it happening possibly as soon as they turn 18.
One of the unique aspects of Juvenile Law Center is that we are both litigators and we're policy reformers in both the child welfare and the justice systems. The young people on whose behalf we fight are often in both systems, or their families have felt the impact of both systems.
Our approach is multi-pronged and includes impact litigation, appellate advocacy and amicus briefs, policy reform, education and training, professional consulting, youth advocacy programming, and strategic communications.
There is a gigantic question about the way we are best kept safe as a society. How do we go from just reducing harm to transforming people's lives? And that is what JLC is unafraid to jump into. And they've made the commitment to listen to the voices of the people they are serving. So JLC has stepped across the line, which is not easy to do, to actually guide your organization by the voices of the people most impacted.
Each year, we hire up to 30 young people with experience in the justice system and the foster care system. We are often identifying reforms and recommendations based upon the work of our youth advocates, and our youth advocates are out there amplifying some of the recommendations and reforms from our project areas that resonate with them.
To be a youth advocate is to be a voice for the silence, to make changes, make changes and actually see the changes happen. Here, working and talking to judges, attorneys, we got that integrity, everybody, we speak from the truth. I definitely feel like I have the power to help kids and better the system. To be able to fix that is unspeakable,
The research around adolescent development has been ongoing for some time. We recognize that for each young person, who they become and how they behave is influenced by genetic factors, environmental factors, who their parents are, how they grew up, what trauma they were exposed to. What's really quite innovative is how the Juvenile Law Center has used that information.
Today, sometimes I think that science is all. The research has really given us a new legal vocabulary to talk about children's rights under the Constitution. It has allowed us to persuade the Supreme Court that the developmental differences between children and adults actually compel a different constitutional response, compel that we treat children more humanely, that we treat them more fairly, that by accounting for their youth, for their immaturity, that we not lock them up for the rest of their lives, and that we constantly think again and again about the notion of second chances for children as they go through our justice system.
Juvenile Law Center is creating sound, hope, and possibility for children and families that otherwise would be completely forgotten and left behind in our system. It's amazing to me when I hear about the stories, the successes, the losses, and how committed everyone is here to restoring the dignity and justice and balance and peace in the lives of our children.
When we think about the work and the mission of Juvenile Law Center, we reduce it to 4 words: rights, dignity, equity, and opportunity. Unless we treat our children well, unless we respect them, unless we see their dignity and their humanity and their individual, remarkable personalities, we will not advance. We will not be the kind of society I think that we imagine that we want to be. It's always about the next generation, who they are, and what we can do to give them the greatest opportunities that they deserve.